Coming up, Virgin sends cruisers the wrong way with one wild email glitch, while Carnival is being sued over some unwanted stowaways. And Port Canaveral celebrates a sleek new addition to its cruise lineup. This is Travel News and Views. I am your host, David. Let's dive in. What's up, travelers? Welcome into Travel News and Views with your host, David from Travel by David, where I give you the updates and my honest takes on what's going on in the world of travel and cruising. Let's dive into our first story about Virgin Voyages with a little email oopsie. So here's what happened. An email went out to guests booked on Brilliant Ladies November 8th sailing, supposedly sailing out of Miami, but the email stated that it had now been changed to sailing out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. That doesn't sound like a minor oops to me. That's hey, we got to get a plane ticket. We got to get over now to San Juan, and hey, we got just like a week to do this. So, to be clear, it was not a sudden itinerary change. It's not rerouting for an emergency. It was just an email glitch. Have you ever done that? Have you ever sent an email that you weren't finished with yet, or maybe you were typing it to the wrong person? Look, it can happen. Somebody may have gotten in a little bit of a hurry, maybe had a little bit of chaos going, and they hit this button. Now, the good news is Virgin caught this, and they quickly sent out a correction saying, no, we are still going to sail out of Miami. You don't have to get to San Juan. Your 12-night itinerary, that's where we're going out of. We're going out of Miami. Now, I know that tech happens. It just does. Things get wacky. Now, we got to know that, I've sent an email where I said, man, I need to take that back. Not really a big deal for me, per se, on some of the things that I've done, but with a cruise line sending it out to hundreds of guests, that could throw a lot of them into chaos and panic mode. And I got to give Virgin credit here because they caught it, they corrected it, they owned it, they communicated it clearly, and they didn't have any pointing fingers or drama. Just, hey, our bad. We hit the wrong button here. You're still leaving for Miami. Everything's cool. Now, if you're really going to mix up a port, it may not be such a big deal if you mix up Miami and Fort Lauderdale, right? I can see that. But when you say, no, we're going to go to San Juan, people can get really anxious there. But listen, not a bad port to sell out of. Just if you haven't planned on going there, that could be costly to get there. And, it's one of those things. It was an accident. You shrug and say, hey, I got it. It's on us. We were wrong. But speaking of things you don't want to find on a cruise, let's talk about the lawsuit that's got Carnival scratching more than just their heads. Now, the story goes that two guests have filed a lawsuit against Carnival Cruise Line claiming they encountered bed bugs, a bed bug infestation on board the Carnival Horizon when they were doing an 8-night Southern Caribbean cruise back in February of this year. The case was filed in the U.S. District Court in Southern District of Florida, and it says that the guests started noticing severe itching and red bites just a couple days into the cruise. After inspecting their cabin, they said they found live bed bugs, fecal stains, and eggs. Yeah. It's not the souvenirs that you're looking for when you're on a cruise. Not what you want. It's just not it, right? They claim that they reported it to the crew, but were not offered another stateroom. Now, I don't know if Carnival had another stateroom, if the cruise was sold out. I don't know what that looks like, but the lawsuit is for damages, treatment, emotional distress, and loss of property. Now, Carnival says they have a strict detection and treatment protocol when things like this happen. Regular inspections on the bedding and the carpets. And if they do find anything suspicious, they treat the room chemically, and then they treat rooms around it as well, so cabins around it as well. They re-inspect for months afterwards. This is what Carnival says. And of course, every time a ship goes into dry dock, it gets full pest control treatment all over the ship. Years ago, I was in the pest control industry, and running across bed bugs is no joke. And getting rid of those suckers can be a pain. But look, they can be taken care of. They can be eradicated. But yeah, you just don't want to wake up on your cruise and go, man, why am I itching? What's going on? Bed bugs are sneaky little things. They don't care if you're in a budget motel or if you're in a 5-star uh, grand hotel or on this fabulous cruise ship out in the ocean. They don't care. They're going to hitchhike on luggage, hide in seams, and they can live months without a meal. I don't know about you, but I can't live months without a meal. Just cannot do it. And while they don't spread disease, they do spread misery. Now, lawsuits like these are not unheard of, but what matters is how the cruise line handles it right away. Okay? I know if it were me and I said, "Hey, I've got bed bugs in here. We're getting bit. We need to be moved." So immediately, in my opinion, the guests should be moved. Again, I don't know if they had any rooms. I don't know if it was sold out, but I would be trying something. I would do something, you know, get those folks out of that room. So in my view, if you're ever on a cruise ship and something like this happens, report it right away. Take video, document everything. Make sure you get this reported. Ask to move immediately. Possibly 99 times out of 100, it's going to be nothing. But that one time that it is, can be torturous. And you'll be glad that you spoke up. And if you ask me, if you come home from the cruise or you come home from traveling anywhere and you find, hey, I've got bed bugs in my luggage, oh my gosh, throw it out immediately. Just get rid of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get it out of the house immediately. Throw it in the street, throw it in the yard, do something, burn it. I don't know. Just get rid of it as quick as possible. Seriously, in all seriousness, get outside, get it away from the inside of your house. Don't take it in, and hopefully they won't spread at that point. All right, enough about the creepy crawlies. Let's talk about something that'll make every cruise lover's day. We got a new ship that is coming out of Florida's Space Coast. The Apex, one of Celebrity's Edge-class ships, is moving over to Port Canaveral. These ships are known for their sleek design, their modern luxury, and of course, that magic carpet that's on the side of that ship that's like a moving patio up and down the ship. These are fantastic ships, folks. If you haven't seen them, take a deep look at them. And if you ever want to book one, let me know. Be glad to help you do that. The Apex is home porting at Port Canaveral now through April of 2026, giving you 7-night itineraries in the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Now, this is a big deal for Central Florida folks who want to get on these cruises because up until recently, you know, Celebrity was always coming out of Fort Lauderdale side or Miami. Now, travelers can get to the East Coast and get on this beautiful class of ship. I love this move by Celebrity. I think it's smart. Port Canaveral is booming. With 13 ships and 6 cruise lines now based there, the Space Coast has become a booming port and one of the best cruise hubs in the country. The Apex is a fantastic fit there. It's modern, relaxed, upscale, but not stuffy. You know, you might think of maybe a little bit of a champagne brunch vibes there. If you're the type that likes a little bit of pampering without the party crowds, the Apex might be the right ship for you. Plus, it gives Port Canaveral that little touch of class to help balance out that mega ship and family fun energy that's going on over there. So welcome to the Space Coast, Celebrity Apex. I believe you are in some stellar company. That pun is intended, by the way. And that's the view this week on Travel News and Views. We had email errors, itchy lawsuits, and a beautiful ship at a new port. That's just another wild week in cruising. If you enjoyed these updates, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you don't miss an episode when they drop. Hey, do me a favor, drop in the comments below, would you rather sail Virgin out of Miami, Carnival on a Caribbean cruise, or would you rather get in that fantastic Apex and go to the Bahamas? Let me know which one suits you the best. And remember, keep calm, cruise on, and I will see you next time.